Bean Scottish Fitness and Farms and Prepping, getting ready to go for my hike. Out in the woods, nice sunny day, but cooler, still in the 40s. So I'm dressed accordingly. Got my nice insulated flannel with 2 t-shirts underneath, so you always want to dress in layers. Therefore, if you need to cool down, you can just start taking one of the layers off to keep yourself from getting sweaty. All set up, got my brown camo on, taking my newly refurbished knife out for a walk. So I got it tied around the leg so it don't jump around, and a quick tie here. Not sure if that's necessary, but I'll see how it is. And also got my little utility knife with it too. So let's go for a walk, see what we can walk upon. Alrighty, so I'm heading out in the woods, and I got my stand with me. I'm gonna try to use that to maybe get a different full shot of me here. We'll see how well that works out. It's pretty handy, and hopefully it'll add to the experience. I'll put this out as another evening premiere, but I will be in chat as long as I don't have any major emergencies at work. Yesterday's premiere I was about 6 minutes late because I had to, me and another worker had to fix a mistake the shift before had done. You know, kind of a mistake. I mean, it was going to happen. Nobody's perfect. We figured it out, which is a good thing. So hopefully that doesn't happen. It looks like 5 o'clock Central Time. It seems to be like the best time for me because a lot of the other bigger creators that a bunch of us follow usually come on soon after it. So, and it seems like I get a little bit better turnout on the premiere than I do on the live streams, as John pointed out. And depending on when I have the live streams, it's like we have the troll crowd show up. And I've been putting up with them for a while, but I think that's going to change. Today we're gonna go in through a different direction. All right, we're gonna skirt the outside here and come in deeper into the woods. Try to get away from these leaves so I'm not making such a racket. And we're going to kind of reverse the course I usually take. You know, this is usually where I'm coming out. And, you know, just something. Now for something different. Out for something completely different. That's how it's supposed to go. So, woods look really nice. And what we'll do is here we go, deer tracks. So plenty of deer out here. A buddy of mine's got a trail cam out here somewhere, and he's trying to figure out where the deer are. And well, I tell him, boy, they're everywhere. And I'm kind of glad I took this way first because it's a little moist. A lot more moist than I thought it would be. And ooh, there we go. Definite coyote track there. Yep, coyote. Following right along with the deer tracks. Wonder why. So yeah, a little soft there. Really soft over there. So I'd rather deal with that the beginning part of my hike rather than the later. So this is usually where I bust out of the woods. Well, anywhere along that area. And we're gonna kind of pop through here and see what we kick up, if anything. So a beautiful day. Sunny. Probably a little on the cool side, but that's good. Won't have to worry about bugs. So it's been a while since I've been through this way. This used to be an easier path. You can tell the deer use it. Don't think that's edible. A lot of times red means something. Oh. I got something in my shoe. I need to find a place to where I can sit down and figure out what the heck did I get in there. So let's take advantage of having a stand. Is that I can, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. It's like a sticker got in there or something. Yeah, when you're uncomfortable walking, that doesn't make for a good time. I'll just be trying to keep my balance. I don't know. Much better. Yeah, you get that irritation in there, and takes away from the enjoyment of the day. So a little more overgrown than it was years ago, of course. You can tell the deer cut through here all the time. That's what this is. Right here is a deer trail. I'm gonna have to look these things up. Try to figure out what the plant is. Alrighty. Which way to go? Time to pick my poison. Okay, that kind of looks like a trail. There we go. A beautiful day, and cooking chats are nice, but what I think I'd do today is just whip me out for a quick meal and then head to the gym. Well, I heard that. Something's out there. And try to do a round robin. May I include that on the premiere or not? I'm not sure. Ooh, how low can I go? There we go. There we are. That's limbo now. There's a lot of underbrush here. Plenty of habitat. I'm taking this way because once I go down into the valley, there's a really nice, comfortable area. Kind of nice and secluded. It just takes a little bit to get to. It's down that way. We're not quite down far enough. We're getting close. But we are getting close. Yep. Pretty soon. Trying to find a smoother way in, but I don't think I'm going to get it. That's where I want to go. I think I'm going to have to bust through. This is where you got to be careful because there's a lot of vines that will trip you up. Not just vines, but fencing too. Oh yeah. What are you on it now? Oh yeah, there's the creek. So I actually need to go this way. So something you gotta be prepared to do when you're in the woods is backtrack your trails. And sometimes you just gotta bust your trails. There we go. Okay, so and as I bust through, I'm breaking some of the smaller branches. The next time I come through, it'll be a little easier. And sometimes it's just not going to be easy. You kind of got to bull your way through it. There we go. A lot closer. Alright, all for sneaking up on anything. That's definitely not happening. So you gotta be really careful with the undergrowth. You have to step high. There's a lot of things laying down that'll trip you up. Now this definitely is an area that deer would bed. They have a really good view of what's ahead. So you're not really going to be able to sneak up on them. There's a deer stand. Good place for one. There's no one over here. Shock surprise. Kind of surprised I'm not coming up to anybody. Probably on the weekends I would. See, look, it's kind of covered in like a green carpet. There we go. Oh, there we go. Look like a blue jay. So just a really nice, peaceful area here. This is a makeshift one they made. Looks like it's in need of some serious repair. So I don't think it's been used anytime in the near future. Looks like one was started there. There's a nice little natural area to sit down. So, let's sit and relax for a little bit. And enjoy what Mother Nature's given us. So, definitely nice peaceful area here. Busting through the woods is exercise, you know, and it's good cardio exercise, and it's fun. You know, a lot of times just sitting here, if you sit here long enough, sometimes wildlife will come to you because they don't know you're back here. So I mean, if I sat here for an hour and so, I'd probably get some birds in the area, some squirrels, possibly some deer. When you're walking through the woods and you're making all that clatter, they definitely know you're coming. So it's difficult to sneak up on them. Sometimes you do if you got a good wind that's blowing toward you, it will hide your sound until you get closer. So that's why, you know, predators like to hunt upwind for scent. But if you're stalking, you want to walk downwind, or you want to walk into the wind so they don't hear you. Yeah, so upwind. Catch your scent, and they don't catch your sound. And it makes for a more successful hunt. If you're upwind from them, well, then they catch your sound, they catch your scent. But just a gorgeous day, just sitting out here relaxing. I mean, if I had a hammock here, I could nap. Don't have to worry about anything bothering you. I did that a few times when I was deer hunting. I just found a good deer bed and laid down, and 45 minutes later, I'm like, oh, well, that was a good neat nap, because I'd be getting up at 3 in the morning to get in the woods at 4, wait until 4:45 for first light, and then by 7:30, 8 o'clock, you're ready for a nap. So sometimes you just take one out there. Deer hunting can be an all-day event. You're in the woods by 4, and you may not be coming out of the woods until 4. So you need to take food with you and water, and even if you don't get a shot at deer and that, just being out in the environment is so relaxing. John Prepper Nation went camping on the weekend, and he was just saying how nice it was. It wasn't rough camping, but sometimes just camping and not having the cell phone on the social media and that, and just fishing and hiking and exploring what's around you is far better entertainment. I got up earlier this morning and had my protein shake, and I was waiting for it to warm up, so I played a little Skyrim, and Skyrim, is a nice game because it's got forests and mountains and everything, but it's not the same. It's not the same as actually being out here, and enjoying the beauty that's out here. And I think that's what we need to get more in tune. I think a lot of the problems that we see, and I blame media for it, because that's what they zero in on. They don't zero in on this, on just going out and having a hike in the woods and being peaceful. They zero in on the protest and and the violence and the division. That's what they want to spread. And you look at the political landscape and you see all the mistakes that are being made, and you see the direction the country's going, and it's concerning. I think this country is going in a definitely a bad direction. I think what's being taught in the schools is not good for the children. They need to learn history the way it was. Some parts of history is bad, okay, but it doesn't mean you're entitled to anything. You're not. They need to learn math and science. They need to know how to communicate and how to write and how to express themselves. And that's it. They don't need to be confused by all this other deviant stuff that, it seems like Hollywood and a lot of groups are trying to push. And I'll be honest with you, I look even at my own kids, and I'm kind of concerned on some of them. This direction we're taking. Now, hopefully they'll grow out of it. I don't know. I've grown out of stuff. I look back to what I was in my teens and 20s and 30s, and I'm definitely not the same person. Some of the things that I believed were true in the late 70s, I know now were climate change. All right. Climate's always changing. There a problem with pollution? Yeah. We got floating islands of plastic out in the ocean. We got trash everywhere. No one's doing anything about it. What they're trying to do is do a carbon tax. They're attacking something that's not causing the problems. Pollution's causing the problems. The trash is causing the problems. The chemicals that were used to be dumped in the water were causing the problems. All right, we could go up to another, 0.2% carbon, and plants would love it. It'd be just fine. But what we can't really have is 3-mile islands of floating plastic in the ocean. Why don't they do anything about it? Because it costs money. And it's a solution. They don't want a solution. They just want taxes. They just want more taxes. Got a senator here, Duckworth, and she was trying to say, we're having more rains because of climate change. No, we're having more rains because of we are paving over the earth. Okay, you look at how much open soil you had in the 1800s versus the 1900s versus the 1950s versus the 1980s versus now, and that amount has drastically declined. So this is really easy science here. It's when it rains and the rain doesn't soak into the soil, it evaporates back into the air and then comes down as rain again. And the more that evaporates in the air, the heavier rains you have, because it can't soak in the soil. Why? Because you put up a parking lot, you put up a warehouse. There's warehouses up and down Route 55 that are literally hundreds of acres long. Just a warehouse, one building going on for 100 acres, and they got 50 of them, if not more. So all that rain has to go into a gutter system, and has to go into a drainage system, and has to go into a river. The rivers are flowing because of climate change. No, the rivers are flowing because you paved everything over. You want to start improving this planet? When you have a place that needs to be demolished, and don't put up another building. All right, put a park. All right, get soil in there, get trees in there. Do we need 50 roads going to Chicago? No. Now we need 8-lane roads going into Chicago. We don't have them. But their answer is to put another 2-lane road in there. They don't help anything. Just once again, we're paving over, and it's going to cause more rain, which is going to cause more energy into the atmosphere, which is going to cause bigger storms. It's like, oh my God, we have hurricanes. We have always had hurricanes. Stop it. Oh my God, we had a snowstorm. We always have snowstorms. It was the hottest year on record. That's how records are made. Next year will probably be the coldest year. All right, it varies. Climate is always changing. You want to enjoy it? Get out here and enjoy it. You want to help the planet? Pick up the trash when you see it. Don't throw the trash out the window. If you live in the city, get a couple big pots and plant some small trees or a garden during the summer. All right, that's going to help absorb some of that CO2 and produce more oxygen. Plus, you'll have, a couple tomatoes and pepper plants, and you've got fresh veggies. And you can put them in 5, 10, 30-gallon grow bags. All you need to do is go buy potting soil then. So you don't need a lot of land to do that. Just need some time and effort. There's easy fixes for everything. They don't want easy fixes. They want division. And I'm telling you, if you don't see the way the landscape's going, then you're just not paying attention, or you don't want to. And if you do see the way it's going, and you keep voting for the same people that are allowing it to go that direction, well, that's why it's going that direction. Because they say, well, it don't matter what I do, they vote for me. It doesn't matter how ridiculous I am, they vote for me. I mean, it seems like the easiest job out there. Just sit there and smile and tell people what they want to hear, and don't do anything and get paid a lot of money. Kind of what it looks like. And then the media's constantly trying to throw the division out there. And you college kids, you need to wake up. Okay, you don't need a cause. What you need is a life. That's all you need. Spend all that energy on making your life better. And your older self will appreciate it. Going out there and tearing things down and being offended by statues and all this other silly stuff because somebody who's never left the school system is telling you that's the way to be. No. Do things for yourself. All right? You want to help the planet? Pick up trash. Don't throw it out the window. Recycle things. But you want to help yourself? Do things that are going to make you happy. Go for walks in the park. Go listen to live music. Okay? Don't be yelling at people. Once you yell at somebody, they ain't listening to you. Once you get in somebody's face and start screaming, that just brings aggression. If you want to have a discussion with me and you're talking in a normal voice, I'll listen to you. You scream in my face, we're done. We're done. There is going to be no conversation. And all you people stop oil. We're the oil activist. 90% of the stuff you're wearing is made from oil. You got there by oil. You put food on your table by oil. Your cookware and all that stuff was made with oil. All right? Now, if you give all that up, and I see you out there with stoneware that you ground with a mortar and pestle, maybe I'll sit there and say, okay, you've got some. But otherwise, those neon, vests you have on are petroleum projects. Your glasses are petroleum. All right, your shoes, your pants, petroleum. The car you drove there, the bicycle you rode there, petroleum. So what the hell are you talking about? An electric? My God, the mines, the lithium mines are devastating to the environment. The batteries are dangerous. And how do you charge them? Charge them with coal-fired plants, nuclear plants, diesel generators. I mean, come on, people. They're selling you a bill of goods that, if you look at are electric cars a good thing? Yeah, I think so. Don't mandate it. Having less coal-burning plants and replace them with solar, I think it's a good idea too. But understand, the solar panels were made with petroleum products. That's oil. All right, the person going out there and maintaining them is driving a car that used oil. Even an electric car uses oil. It has to have oil to keep things spinning smoothly. So when you're sitting there and gluing yourself to the highway, and you're disrupting people's lives, you're not bringing anything to your cause. You are bringing the opposite. People will definitely not listen to you because of the way you act. I used to be an environmentalist too, but I wasn't going to sit there and block traffic. A couple of them got shot the other day down in Panama. Somebody just had it. And you're going to see more of that. People are getting tired of it. They've had enough. All right? The line's been crossed. That's the problem is the protesters, as they keep going and going and going and they don't get shoved back, then they go to the next level. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the line's been crossed. Some people are not going to put up with it. You know, luckily for me, they're not going to be blocking any of my roads because I live out in the middle of nowhere. But, you know, someone who's leaving Chicago, trying to get home, and you block 55, I'm telling you, you're going to have, out of all those people, out of the, 100,000 people on that road at any given time, there's a chance 2 or 3 of them are going to have a bad day. And they're going to take it out on you. All right? Make videos. Say, hey, come up with solutions. All right, stop spray painting and throwing shit at people. All right, you come up with solutions, then people are going to listen to you. But I don't think you want solutions. You just want attention. So stop with your causes. No one cares. All right, do something for yourself, and you'll be happier. Man, it's so nice out here. I could stay out here for a very, very long time. But I need to get to the gym. And I need to work. I need to see what else is going on. So my chores must go on. So now we'll be taking the long trek back. I'm not going to come back the way I came in. That was a tough hike. So I'm going to try to find an easier path. Let's check it out. While I'm here, I'm thinking this might be good handle material and a good test of my knife. So, can I take part of this down with just a knife? It's not an axe, it's a knife. So, the whole idea is you don't need to swing hard if you have a sharp blade. So what I'll do is I'll make this a separate video so I can speed it up. All right, now back to regular speed. Thank you, first of all. I'm just about done. Timber. Now, I don't need the whole tree, but I'll probably cut it out there further over here just to make it easier to carry out because it's thinner over here. And I could probably just break it in half doing this. You want to use controlled strokes. You don't want to be swinging too hard, otherwise that's how you get hurt. So pay attention where your legs are. You don't want to be here. You want to make sure it's out of the way. And here I'm just going to see if it'll, well, not yet. Getting there. Now I wouldn't be able to have done that with a smaller handle. I wouldn't have had the grip I need. So, would an extra saw be faster? Absolutely. Push comes shove, if I need to, it gets it done. Now I got me some handle material, which I'll use a saw to cut in the right shapes, and then I can use another tool to debark it. So now I've got dun, dun, dun. That's some handle material. Now to find a smooth path back. It can be challenging from time to time. And you have to be prepared to change direction often. That's what I'm saying, a mile in the woods is about equivalent to a mile and a half. Because of all the zigzagging you gotta do. And it's good to know where you're at. Because I'm familiar with the area. I know I've got a creek over there. And I got high rising up over there. Now what I do is I look for one of the deer trails. Because they know the best way to go through. And I just follow the deer trail. There's Flood Creek. This is one of the trails I come to drink. I'll tell you, now it's time to kind of Trying to unbutton the coat. With all this hiking, I'm starting to produce a lot of heat. That's why you dress in layers. All right. All right, we'll stay close to this. Stay close to the creek. Right now. One of those big rolling apples. Yeah. This is where the workout comes in. Oh yeah. I know I can go up there and get out fairly quickly. It's also the soft area, which I'm trying to avoid. If I wasn't making such noise, I'm sure I would have came up to some deer. But not with the racket I'm making. So the blade proved its worth. I'll show later that there are no damage to the blade at all chopping that wood, which tells me back in 1984 my heat treatment was right on the money. And back then you quenched the blade in water, and now they do it in oil, and there's less chance of things going bad. But the fact that there's no chips or rolls after chopping into this pretty hard wood, that tells me that my quench almost 40 years ago was right on the money. Oh yeah. The walks like these are helpful because I've still been kind of hacking stuff up. But that means my immune system's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And the fact that I can do the walk with no problem tells me I'm still sitting good. Let's turn it. Whee! So, got my stick. A little big for a walking stick. That does make for a good shillelagh. If I had to. If I had to go into battle, I've got a nice dagger in one hand and a serious shillelagh in the other. I also have something else too, but not that I have to worry about anything out here. You never know. I'm watching some videos, and there's one lady got in the suburbs of Chicago and got robbed right in her driveway. You know, walking out there to have a cigarette, and two thugs robbed her. And I was saying, well, we've seen them coming. You had plenty of time, but you know they've been trained that you can't have these, or you shouldn't, because it's bad. Unless you had, you wouldn't have got punched in the face 3 or 4 times. And she's lucky. That's all they did. And I guarantee you, neither one of them were a stranger to law enforcement. They never are. So stay alert. Stay strapped. And if you know an area is bad, don't go there. And if you're going to go to a new area, try to go with a group of friends or like yourself, alert and strapped, because that unalert person or naive person can get you in trouble. And the reason I say that is when I worked for Unilever, we had a young man, well, he was older than me at the time. I was in my late 20s. We were up in Milwaukee visiting Miller. And on the way back, so let's stop at this McDonald's and get something to eat. And I said, why don't we get out of Milwaukee first? Now he pulls right in. We are definitely in the wrong area for 3 white men to be, especially him, because he was 5'8" and was a gentleman cut. Nice guy. And we go in, and of course I'm kind of keeping my distance, about 6 feet from anybody, and keeping alert. And this brother goes, hey man, what time is it? Yeah, he went to go look at his watch, and I grabbed his hand, put his hand down, and I looked at the guy. It's time for you to find a watch somewhere else. He goes, oh, I'll just check. I said, I know what you're doing. It's time to go somewhere else. And the lady serving us like, you guys need to take this in your car. And I said, I understand. They don't, but I understand. Yeah, we need to go. You know, he's like, well, why can't we eat here? Because you're going to get the shit kicked out of you. Because he's going to go get 6 or 7 of his brothers, and we're going to be outnumbered. So we got the hell out. And that's where somebody who's naive or so afraid of being considered racist or whatever, that they can get you in trouble. All right? Follow your instincts. If you think it's going to go south, it probably will. And the best way of dealing with it is getting yourself out of the area as quickly as possible. And if you can't, the next way is to deal with it with overwhelming force. And when I say overwhelming, I mean overwhelming. You come at them like your life depends on it. Because guess what? It does. And most of them will realize they picked the wrong target. Because they want easy targets. They're basically cowards. They get braver when they're in a group. I've always found you take the loudmouth down, and the others tend to start rethinking their choices. So I hope everybody enjoys this. It was a nice walk out in the woods. The day was perfect for it. Much better day than I thought it was going to be. So I'm heading up to the house. I'll put this in the shed and let it dry out. And tomorrow, if the weather permits, I'll saw it in the length sections I want, because it's going to be handle material. I'd rather use natural material. And the next blade I want to make for one of my kids. So I need to get that set up in the shed. So I want to do some research and maybe reach out to my godson, see if I can get him to deliver me some stuff. And Saturday I need to stop and pick up some lumber that I have at a buddy's house. That'll help me get things done. I've been putting that off too long. So I'll try to do that Saturday morning. I would like to have the forge set up by the end of next week. And then the next blade I'm going to make is going to be a small one. And hopefully I'll have as much luck with it that I had with restoring this one here. And I'll do a quick video on how the blade still looks after chopping that off. And I'm really, really happy that there's no rolling, no damage. Edge is still sharp. Now with an axe or a saw and a far better tool, yep, sure would have. But it's letting you know the versatility of the blade. So I can use it to chop down firewood. I can use it to open cans. I've done that with it. I can use it to skin deer. I have skinned a deer with it and a few rabbits. So it's a survival knife. And then one of my classmates on Facebook reminded me that we have a classmate that does engraving. So he's down in Louisiana, but I have a niece down there too, so I have an idea. We'll see how well that goes. So at the end of this video, I'll do a quick video of what the blade looks like, and this will I'll probably pop this up at 5 o'clock. I hope everybody joins in. So everyone, remember, rest, nutrition, exercise, go for walks, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the outdoors. Stop with the division. Don't worry about being for a cause. Worry about making yourself happy. Do things to make yourself happy. Take care of yourself, both physically and mentally. And think about the future, your future. Okay? Not the future of countries that have been at it for over 2,000 years. Your future. That's what you need to be. It means you don't have to not care, but you need to care more about yourself. You gotta come to the point when you realize it's you should be taking care of. Alrighty, so I'm here underneath the old oak tree. So let's kind of show you the knife. So after hacking all that time, there's no rolling, there's no chips, not even a blemish on the blade. A little wood left on it, but that's about it. So definitely it has passed the test. And here comes FedEx, so I better put this away.